Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you Sunday, April the 9th. The year's 2023. Let's talk trading. Weekly open and gap. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. And I can't stress it enough. Risk management. Never lose any more on any one single trade than you're willing to lose. It's really important. So where are we on the week? Well, it looks like we gapped down, filled the gap, and it seems like there's only one pair that hasn't filled so far this week. We're 7.5 pips below the weekly open, 5 off the low, and 29 off the high at the moment. We'll zoom out to the month where we're 69 pips above the open, 121 off the high, 131 off the low for the pound. We're putting in the opening range for the week, which looks like it's going to be partially in the opening range for the month. Notice this is so far, we've got 3 down days, and this could be the 4th. We're well above the opening range for the year. Speaking about the year, we're 314 pips above the yearly open, 122 off the high, and 601 off the yearly low. We had an inside bar 3 days ago. We came up and touched it, and we broke out again. And we're just 2.6 pips above the monthly inside bar high that occurred 2 months ago. Notice a lot of blue and gray here, so inside bar traders, it looks like today could be your day. It was funny when Walmart and I were trading the other day and price was at 2,500. I was saying, where's it going to go? Is it going to go down to 24 or is it going to go up to 26? Couldn't really tell from when it was at 25, but you can see it looks like it did come down and actually broke 24 on Friday. The range, there's not much range so far today, only 35 pips on the pound. It's Easter Sunday, Easter Monday, or is that what it's called? Is it called Easter Monday? I'm looking at a couple of different calendars here, and it's called, yes, Easter Monday in Canada, it looks like. And you can see here we've crisscrossed the weekly open at 124.11, and we actually have a low here below the 2400 at 2398.8, and price has moved back up since then. Not enough range for the rat zone, so you're just going to have to wait. As far as the pivot trading plan, the Bambino Flex indicator says to go short. Near the pivot, it says to go short. And it looks like it paid off. So we've taken out the daily pivot. We've taken out the weekly pivot. But the monthly pivot, we still haven't touched. In and out of the lower wick zone is in, out, back in. Range, once again, not much to look at. We've had some pretty low ranges here over the past 3-4 weeks. On the weekly, that is. So we'll have to see what happens. Last week 251, but the previous 2 weeks weren't that big, so it's possible we could put up an inside bar on the week. We'll just have to wait and see. The week is early. And as you can see here from the smart ranges on H1, there's like no movement. It's that Easter holiday weekend, so might not be worth trading. In fact, speaking about not trading, I believe Walmart said he might be. I think he had some business to attend to this week, so I don't know if we're going to get to hear from him or not. And higher low, lower high with the support being put in by 3 balls. You can see we broke across that lower high right here. And that trade right now would be worth about 5 pips. And it's just something to notice here off of these 3 balls. And see, you put in, there was a very small imbalance between here and here, but price almost always dips back into that imbalance before it moves back up. I've just noticed that more often than not. Okay, let's take a look once again for the month. We have 251 pips. And what is the ATR? For April? 650. So we could just take a look at the ATR percent. So far, we have not exceeded the ATR percent this year. So last year, it looks like it was kind of an anomaly. What's that? 8 months, 9 months in a row? We had ATRs that exceeded, or we had ranges that exceeded the ATR for monthly. I don't see, that was definitely an anomaly, so I have to peer through the chart to see, is there any, it looks like, yeah, 2017, no, we did have one above 100. I was trying to see if we had a year where we didn't have ATR over 100 for none of the months, but it looks like that's not the case. So sometimes, it's interesting staring at statistics. You can start to see things or maybe discover things that have happened or that are anomalies. So, are there any months that haven't had? I don't see any months that have never exceeded ATR. Meaning, February in the past 20 years, there's been some over 100, January, March, April. Looking at the columns, it's almost always has at least one, if not more than one, occurrence of that month exceeding the ATR. Interesting stats. Once again, looking at the semaphore trade and the simple sweet spot lines. And we can see price seems to want to move up here. And one of the things, see right here where you have a green candle with the 2 ball on the top, I would definitely wait out a candle. Whereas if you have a green candle with the 3 ball on the bottom, You probably want to jump in because it was red, then when it turned to green and crossed that 2400, that was a nice move. And you can see here once again, tried to fill that imbalance, and then price just took off. So how to trade that? If you're just scalping for a few pips, you see it move up, start to move back, you just pretty much take your pips off the table. Now, if you're more of a swing trader, you can see the aqua dots for indicator 2. And with right now a no touch, you just might want to ride it out. Or you see a 2-ball candle, fail to move it over, turned red, just take your pips off the table. And then you could always get back in if you think it's going to go back up. But no sense in giving back more than a pip or so. At least that's the way I look at it. Now let's see, is there anything interesting here in the daily? We've got, says the monthly is turning up, buyers in control, fade to pivot to sell, has to get below the monthly open though, I do believe. Take a quick gander at the weekly. We're in the previous day's range still. Sellers strong control on the daily, weekly. Prices between the wick zones. Like I said, daily strong control. Looks like price wants to push down. Guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So, fellow traders, you might want to take tomorrow or Monday off, depending on where you are in the world. Doesn't look like there's going to be much price action. But remember, when you're sitting down at your trading platform, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.